Hey, what's up YouTube? This is GHS InfoSec back with another GuidePoint CTF video. In this video we're going to be looking at the Rogue Challenge for 200 points. Once again, I'll be narrating as I watch my own video. The description says Rogue 1, are you fast enough? We have our Docker container information of 10.10.100.200 on port 42726. So we're just going to take a look at that real quick in the browser. And if we paste that in, set the appropriate port, take a look at it. Our title is responder, and send the number back fast enough to get the flag. Pretty basic. So we're given this URL, which is 10.10.200, some port number answer equals. That's where we're going to submit our answer. So we copy that. We have it in our clipboard ready, and it says begin here. So on this link here, we're just going to get a number whenever we visit the site. So if we refresh the page, we just continuously get a new number, and it's a very long number. So in order to do good at this challenge, we're going to have to be able to submit the number as fast as possible. And as you can see, just doing it manually by hand in the browser obviously is not going to work. I mean, you know it's not going to. You can't do that fast enough. So we're going to have to script this out a little bit. And you know, my weapon of choice, if you will, is Python. I'm not a great Python programmer, but I love Python. It's very simple to learn, and it's very handy for challenges like this. In particular, there's a library called the request library, and that's exactly what I will be using to complete this challenge. Just a point of note here, it's user bin env. We'll see in a little bit that I actually figured that out, but you know, if you don't drink enough coffee, you're not going to get anything right. So we're going to import the request library. Then we're going to set our in URL, which is going to be our number URL variable, and we're going to define a URL variable. The number URL is going to be where we get our number. The a URL is going to be where we want to submit our request to get our flag. So I'm just copying the number URL, and we're going to paste it in. And then the a URL, we're going to get the answer URL where we're going to submit our answer. And all we need is up to the equal sign. We don't need that actual number there because the number is going to change every time. So we'll get into that part in just a moment. So just for some quick testing and verification, we're going to create another variable to store the response from our initial GET request, which will be a GET request on the number URL, or in URL in this case. So we can get the number and store it in a variable. Now, one thing to note here, I'm adding a .text at the end of this request, because if I just got or did the request.get in URL, it's going to give me a response code. So in that case, I would get a response code of 200 rather than getting the actual number. But when you append .text to the end of that, you actually end up getting the content of whatever it was you're looking for. So that's why we did that. And so now I'm figuring out my shebang mistake for the interpreter at the top of the file. So we just go in, and you could actually do user bin Python 3. I usually just do user bin env Python 3. That's what I see most people doing. I don't know the difference. I don't think it really matters. But anyway, so we get our proof of concept. We get our number from our in URL, our number URL. So that's exactly what we want. So now we can go back into our rogue.py script, and instead of printing response, we can actually do, we're going to do response or request.get a URL, our answer URL, plus response.text, and that should get us our answer. So here we're just defining what we are going to be submitting, .text, and now we're going to write and quit this. And as soon as we run it, we get our flag. No longer too slow. That's it. That's all I got. That was this challenge. Nice and easy. Nice dipping the toe in the water for some quick scripting and a little speed challenge. So I appreciate you all watching, and please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.